Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your June new moon reading. I've laid out the cards that are representing the first 2 weeks of June, which is the brief time period that the new moon covers. I will do a June full moon reading covering the last 2 weeks of June, and I have recently completed several days ago a June general reading which covered the entire month of June. So for this reading, I will clarify with the African Tarot and finish off with an oracle card. And I have been inspired by, of course, the new moon in Gemini at the end of the month of May that is unleashing a couple of new aspects that I think are very relevant. Certainly the ruler of Gemini, the sign of the new moon, Mercury, is going direct on the 3rd of June, and that's going to help all of us, particularly you, to flow more freely in communications, planning, revising, reviewing, restarting, re-strategizing, so that we're feeling forward movement more fluidly. Saturn is also going retrograde in Aquarius, and Venus is conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. Both of these aspects are really supporting the very trend that we have been seeing over the past couple of months, I would say, in which we are now able to lovingly, gently, and joyfully implement those changes we now understand we need to make, we want to make within our own personal lives and within our environment, so that the world is improved through our input, our love, our energy. I'm going to start with an overall energy card for you, Gemini, and I pulled the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is indicating your ability to learn and thus dance as fast as you can. This sense of juggling and managing what you have learned, the skills you bring to date, to bear upon the direction you want to move into, is as much about you trying to learn all of the new things that new information is giving you. You are really weighing two different ways of being as you recognize that you are ready for a change and ready to move into a new direction. But you are still in the process of releasing a lot of the old energies, habits, behaviors, and expectations from your past. So this retrograde period of Mercury has probably been particularly meaningful to you with your sun or rising sign in Gemini, in terms of that sense of being prevented from moving forward and instead being asked to review, to reassess, to reevaluate the changes that you've made, the moves that you are considering. In the first week of June, we have the Page of Wands, the Devil card, and the Four of Wands. I see you building very consciously a new foundation for yourself. This is a new cultural, spiritual foundation for sure that encourages you to be inspired by the new things you are exploring and exposing yourself to. This is also you finding new inspiration as you review the old ways of doing things. And this first week of June is really putting an emphasis on your recognition of old values, old attitudes, old expectations from others that you have fulfilled or understood that it was your obligation to fulfill. You're understanding that that has been a choice. And you've made that choice in the past to stay within your lane, to stay within the expectations of others rather than to choose your own desires and interests moving forward. Fulfilling your own needs has been the focus and is culminating in this early June period where you are establishing not only a foundation for your own growth and expansion, for that of your entire intimate team or community, peers, loved ones, or family members. This is you actually recognizing that the progress you've made away from doing things the old way is a cause for celebration. And it may be manifesting in some discrete new building, home, office space, studio space, opportunity for you to celebrate this community of growth that you're building with others. In the second week of June, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Swords, and the Chariot. Yeah, you have really focused on this path that you now realize is for you, and the many ways that you have held yourself in the past from moving forward in this direction, on this path. You have allowed your own doubts, your own insecurities, your own misinformation or misunderstanding of your experiences to latch on to the misdirection of others. So as others have been withholding information from you, speaking falsely, communicating around you, not including you in the network of decision making, these have all latched on to your own insecurities that meant that you allowed this kind of treatment from others, being betrayed ultimately, being credit taken away from you for work that you have done. And you have somehow allowed this in the past, understanding that this was your role and responsibility as someone who was not full and complete and whole. But that has completely dispelled and changed. And you are now recognizing that the help, the true assistance you have, the true support that you are asking for now from those that recognize your unique individual talent is propelling you uniquely forward now that you've enlisted the support that is appropriate to the level of your goals and aspirations. So the universe is seeing the ways in which you've held yourself back, you've kept yourself small, and is now favoring these new inspirations, these new efforts at devising something new, stabilizing a creative, a business, a work opportunity, a new line of work, a new job, even a new home in a way that reflects your highest potential. And as you have activated those means to reflect this new, more powerful understanding of who you are and what your capacity is, has allowed the universe and your guides and assist and allies to favor all of your actions, all of your events at this time, so that you are now empowered to focus keenly on what it is you want and to proceed rapidly towards that. So in the middle of the month, Mercury will have moved out of its shadow period, the period that retraces its retrograde movement, even though it's moving direct, and really catapults you into this forward movement and away from this backward reflection that you have already graduated from. You've already chosen this new path, this new commitment to yourself, to your cultural, spiritual, and social elevation. I'm going to clarify the Devil card in the first week of June with the Eight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. This is really reinforcing not only this a kind of sense of not enoughness that you have felt and experienced in the past. This could include a kind of outsider status, never feeling quite as though you belong in the circle that you are in. This can also be you not understanding how to ask for help, not feeling worthy of help that you would like to have in order to do things well. And through this experience, through this recognition of the ways in which you've held yourself back from getting the assistance you need, you've recognized that this community, this circle, is no longer the circle that is appropriate for your new values. And thus you are moving away from an environment, a community that you've outgrown. Despite the incredible investment you've made in this community, in this work that you've done as part of a team, you're now recognizing that real meaning, a place where you are recognized for your value, lies elsewhere, lies beyond what has been familiar and grounding to you for a very long time. I'm going to clarify the Seven of Swords in the second week of June with the Four of Swords and the Emperor card. Two fours here, two sevens. The fours are very much about your stability. You actually have three fours, I realize, so that you are focused on your foundation, your grounding, your base. And this is about your values, the way that you're able to integrate them into your life. So as you've been moving forward, you are carrying the wisdom, the clarity that you've gained through this time of really looking, reflecting on your past behaviors, your past responsibilities within a situation that felt very limiting, very confining, very toxic, to use a very overused word, but it was an environment in which you gave and did not receive according to your level of effort or your capacity. You're now understanding the ways in which you are structuring your move forward so that you are able to stand back, assess where you are moving forward, to deepen your progress so that you are cultivating an actual prayer that builds upon this assistance that is allowing you to understand yourself more fully as you move forward. And the import of this row of major arcana cards in I guess this would be 10 cards. You have several major arcanas splayed out in a triad, in addition to the Emperor that is informing, that is asserting your sovereignty and authority over your own life. This is you owning your capacity, owning your potential, and owning the skills and talents, the work that you have done to date, with a history of manifesting, even if that was on behalf of others who did not fully invest in you or include you in this manifestation. At this time, you are owning all of your effort, all of your skills, and all of your potential. If you are resonating with this reading, if you enjoy this, please like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. It helps me to build more content, and I particularly enjoy and appreciate the comments that many of you have sent to me in support, in feedback, with information about where you're located. Those give me immense pleasure and really help to motivate me to know that people are watching me and enjoying this. So I'm going to pull a botanical inspiration to finish this off, Gemini. And I've pulled false indigo. The key words are immersion and intuition. Khalil Gibran said, "When you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense." I'm going to leave this here, Gemini. Thank you for your time and attention, and until next time, Namaste.